Okay, go.
I'm Richard Huffman, and I will be reading Rulon, Stacy, Dennis Shepard, and Reverend Phelps. Rulon, Stacy. At 12 midnight on Monday, October 12th, Matthew Shepard's blood pressure began to drop. We immediately notified the family, who was already at the hospital. At 12:53 a.m., Matthew Shepard died. His family was at his bedside. The family did release the following statement. The family, again, asked me to express their sincerest gratitude to the entire world for the overwhelming response for their son. The family was grateful that they did not have to make a decision regarding whether or not to continue life support for their son. Like a good son, he was caring to the end and removed guilt and stress from the family. He came into the world premature, and he left the world premature. Matthew's mother said, "Go home, give your kids a hug, and don't let a day go by without telling them how much you love them." Dennis Shepard. My son, Matthew, did not look like a winner. He was rather uncoordinated and wore braces from the age of 13 until the day he died. However, in his all too brief life, he proved that he was a winner. On October 6, 1998, my son tried to show the world that he could win again. On October 12, 1998, my firstborn son and my hero lost. On October 12, 1998, my firstborn son and my hero died 50 days before his 22nd birthday. I keep wondering the same thing that I did when I first saw him in the hospital. What would he have become? How could he have changed his piece of the world to make it better? Matt officially died in a hospital in Fort Collins, Colorado. He actually died on the outskirts of Laramie, tied to a fence. You, Mr. McKinney, and your friend, Mr. Henderson, left him out there by himself, but he wasn't alone. There were his lifelong friends with him, friends that he had grown up with. You're probably wondering who these friends are. Well, first, he had the beautiful night sky and the same stars and moon that we used to see through a telescope. Then he had the daylight and the sun to shine on him. And through it all, he was breathing in the scent of the pine trees from the snowy ridge. He heard the wind, that ever-present Wyoming wind, for the last time. He had one more friend with him. He had God. And I feel better knowing that he was not alone. Matt's beating, hospitalization, and funeral focused worldwide attention on hate. Good is coming out of evil. People have said enough is enough. I miss my son, but I am proud to be able to say that he is my son. Judy has been quoted as being against the death penalty. It has been stated that Matt was against the death penalty. Both of these statements are wrong. I too believe in the death penalty. I would like nothing more, Mr. McKinney, than to see you die. However, this is the time to begin the healing process. To show mercy to someone who refused to show any mercy. Mr. McKinney, I'm going to grant you life, although it pains me to do so because of Matthew. Every time you celebrate Christmas, a birthday, the 4th of July, remember, Matthew is not. Every time you wake up in your cell, remember that you had the opportunity and the ability to stop your actions that night. You robbed me of something very precious, and I will never, never forgive you. Mr. McKinney, I give you life in the memory of one who no longer lives. May you live a long life, and may you thank Matthew every day for it. Reverend Fred Phelps. Do you believe in the Bible? Do you believe you're supposed to separate the precious from the vile? You don't believe in that part of the Bible? You stand over there ignorant of the fact that 2 times for every verse that talks about God's love, it talks about God's hate. We wouldn't be here if this was just another murder the state was going to deal with. The state deals with hundreds of murders every single day. But this murder is different because the fags are bringing us out here trying to make Matthew Shepard a poster boy for the gay lifestyle. And we're going to answer it. It's just that simple. You don't like that attribute of God, that perfect attribute of God? Well, we love that attribute of God, and we're preaching it because God's hatred is pure. It's determination. It's a determination that He's going to send some people to hell. That's God's hatred. We're standing here with God's message. We're standing out here with God's message. Is homosexuality is being a faggot okay? What do you mean it's not for you to judge? If God doesn't hate fags, why didn't He put them in hell? You see the bareness and the sterility of your silly arguments when set over against some solid gospel truth? Barren and sterile, just like your lifestyle, like your silly arguments.